Is it going? 3, 2, 1. We got anything going on yet? Is it on? There he goes now. Okay. Dawn. I don't like that look on your face.
Integrity, Kenton.
Integrity?
That's the word that's right behind us. Did you not know?
Oh, it is. It's integrity. Oh, are we?
Oh, my goodness. I just left.
What?
I'm getting up.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
I'll miss you. Oh, you got to have that water. Okay, well, this is Wednesday, October the
4th.
The 4th, 2023. And here we are on Wednesday at 11. I did say 11-ish. Okay, not my fault. His fault.
Only 11. We're only 50 minutes late.
We're only 50 minutes late.
I love how Siri even told you that she was sorry. That was great.
Who said that?
Siri.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, spilling water.
You all right?
Yeah, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay, Al's head. Look what he did.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was talking about you.
Oh.
Al,
I mean, look, Dawn went after Al with a baseball bat because it was a wedding fight.
It was over the wedding.
It was a wedding fight. Yep. It was a bar fight at a wedding.
Had a little melanoma on my forehead. They wanted to remove 2 weeks ago, but I told them they couldn't do it before the wedding. So,
you know what? That's the title of a song.
Yesterday.
I got a little melanoma on my head. No?
No.
Okay.
Nothing to worry. Stage zero.
Okay.
So
Right,
everything's good.
Awesome. I'm glad
You got anything wrong with your body?
Nothing to report.
Besides what I'm looking at?
Nothing. Wow. wow. Okay. All right, you want to go there already?
All right, I'm Kenton Klink. This is Don Coleman.
Al Barker.
Al Barker. We're here to please you.
Al, you had a wedding this weekend.
I did it. He
What's
went
your
through
take?
it. He went through with it.
I signed
They're
papers.
officially Mr. and Mrs.
Barker.
Yeah. You feel good about it?
Yeah.
I think you should. I think you should feel good about it. I thought it was beautiful. What I witnessed and was able to be a participant in, I thought was wonderful. The only, yeah, there you go.
The only
The
issue.
sun.
The sun was warm. It was a little bit warm.
It was a little bit warm.
Just during the wedding, though. As soon as the wedding was over, the sun kind of dissipated.
Yeah.
And
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, the tent was beautiful. That was an impassioned, heartfelt welcome to the guests, to the family. I'm like, you could tell you laid
The best man had a better speech.
It was a different speech. He couldn't have given your speech. You couldn't have given his.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love. We love love.
Yeah. We love
love here. That's great. That was a great message. I got a chance to sit with your sister and brother-in-law.
They put the preachers together at the same table.
Which is why I wasn't invited, okay? Because
preacher, right?
Retired.
And a ding-a-ling with him. That's a bell ringer, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they had a bell ringer.
Sweet. She's super sweet. I don't want to. I'm not. Amy doesn't get any negative publicity from me. She was great. And then I got to.
She played pickleball on Saturday.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Now, what is her diagnosis? Is it Bell's palsy?
No, she broke her back. She fell out of a tree and broke her back when she was.
That's your sister.
10 years old.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness!
Oh, you didn't know that story?
No.
So
I mean,
some spinal damage due to the
spinal damage due to a fall. Okay, because everybody that I've known that has some kind of spinal issue at birth. I mean, she didn't fit any of the categories that I had, and I knew, I didn't realize that's what it was.
So she has braces on her legs and walks with crutches.
Yeah. So, but a phenomenal woman, sister of yours. She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And her meeting her husband's a great story. So,
she runs a big bell choir at her church up in Erie, Pennsylvania. She gets people from all over Erie County to come in and play in the bell choir, and they practice weekly and play 6 or 7 shows a year.
Well, maybe we could do that sometime.
Sure, make it happen, man.
Especially now that we have the
Yeah,
New room.
I know
coming up.
nothing about. I know nothing about that. I couldn't make my grade 6 school bell choir, so
Why not?
I didn't. I have no idea. I was not
Well,
selected.
most of the people that are in bell choir don't read music. They count.
Yeah, all I know is it was. Let me do
But
the
get
math
this,
here.
Kenton claims he can't play bells.
I believe it.
Well,
He shows up early and the bell choir's still playing, but he refuses to pick up bells.
He knows.
I have
he
never
has no
refused.
music theory in him. It's crazy.
I have never refused.
Second thing, we got to come back to that.
I was always a pinch hitter. I always was a pinch hitter. With somebody didn't show up,
pinched.
can't. But I can only do 2 bells. I watched poor Sandy Wilcox over there last week.
Yeah.
She had 4 or 5 bells, and she was just working away over there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
And they're
work.
big bells, too.
Big bells. Yeah, she got the big bells. Yeah, big ones.
Well, the good news I think about the big bells usually is that they don't play as quickly.
I don't know, you'd be surprised.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
as
right.
quickly.
Because
as
she's
that
the
correct.
bass. And
it's all
sometimes-
it's all about the bass.
It's all about that bass. Yes,
No
but
trouble.
she's the bass, and that happens more often than you think.
The bass is going like at a really quick pace.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because
I
it
sit
happens in
corrected.
hymns like
Yeah, a
that.
lot of times she's walking them up and she's going boom, boom,
Yep,
boom,
yep,
Ooh,
yep.
all right.
boom.
Yes, she's
So my
talented.
favorite bell production was online, seeing a group of 3 literally rotate through an entire table. They would get to. They would.
Wow.
Change. That was cool. I've never seen anything like that.
Did you ever see any videos of the piano guys?
I no, I don't have a the piano guys.
Yeah, they're called the piano guys.
Can't say enough.
And there are either 2 or 3 of them. One sometimes plays the cello, but they can open up a
That's why
grand
they're
like
called the
that.
piano guys.
They can open up a grand like that and play it on the strings.
Oh.
It's
like
really
like
cool.
this
Like a
or
harp.
with a bow,
No,
like a harp.
picking it.
All right.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
You Google them sometime.
You should do that.
I-
Piano's open.
I-
I think you should.
Okay.
I thought there was something else from the wedding. I was going to say maybe not. It was. Oh, I was going to say I also had a great conversation with your best friend growing up,
Oh, Doug.
Doug,
Yeah, Booker.
and his wife
Laura.
Laura. There we go. At the rehearsal, Bridget and I were chatting with them. It was a lot of fun. So so here we go. Nobody's going to watch this. Doug's not going to watch this, right? Is Amy going to watch this?
No, Amy might watch
Amy
it.
might watch this. Okay, then never mind.
Go ahead.
Here's the deal. So, you ask Amy for the backstory, but at some point in time, when we were gathered together, Doug came by to say hi to Amy and her husband. I think for the meeting for the very first time. You'd go talk to Amy about the backstory, though. Anyway, not gonna broadcast on anything online, but.
I don't know the
very
backstory.
fun. Exactly. Go talk to Amy. I'm not gonna.
Oh, I have to get it from her. Okay.
Just ask her the story. It was.
Well,
hilarious.
you know, last week you didn't know what food you were having. What food did you have?
Oh, it was yucky.
You didn't like it?
Oh, well, he couldn't taste
It was
it.
mess. Oh,
It was food I don't necessarily care for.
Oh, really? Well, what was it?
there was a huge
There was
salad.
some macaroni and cheese.
There
That
was
that
macaroni and
good.
cheese.
That was good.
I found it okay. I mean, like Brennan really loved it.
There was other stuff.
Brennan
all
likes
mixed,
macaroni
all
and
mixed
cheese.
up together. I
It's a
didn't,
giant taco bar.
didn't.
Oh,
Giant taco bar.
fusion
No, I mean it was.
tacos, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Brennan would have loved that. Yes.
He was there.
Yeah. Well, I
So was Aiden.
I know.
So was Bria.
I mean,
I-
they had this
you weren't
big,
there.
They had this
No,
big
I-
thing of salad and it had cucumbers and beets on it. It just gave it the thumbs
Here's the thing
down.
is-
So I skipped over that.
By the
part,
time
but-
I got to it, I never saw a single cucumber or a beet. So we were table 16 of 16.
Go ahead and
we were
talk
table
about-
16 of 15. That's what.
Go ahead. I'll be all right in a minute.
It was a great celebration, wonderful time. My kids played. Cornhole the whole time. Yeah.
Well, that kept them
after
occupied.
the ceremony.
Kept them occupied.
Quick updates about
And the DJ was good. He played good music.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What did he play for the bride to come down the
old
aisle?
music.
I don't know.
I don't remember what it was
Oh.
either.
Not memorable.
Okay.
He was a nice guy.
Oh, good.
Played some fun songs.
Did he?
Your parents were the bells.
Did you
of the
dance?
ball. One song,
Did you dance?
the anniversary dance.
One song.
Okay.
We tried to win. It was you get up and dance until then they call. People have been married for 2 years.
Oh.
Please leave.
How many- oh.
People married for 5 years. Please leave. we were only going to be in the competition if Mom and Dad's knees got sore.
Yeah.
And they had to leave. They've been married 69 years.
Oh my
69.
goodness.
Yes.
And then there was another couple. I didn't quite catch who they were.
That was my friend Phil and
Okay.
his wife Jenny. They've been married 45 or 46 years. Yes.
They
Wow.
were number 2.
Yes.
You guys were number 3, would have been?
How many years are you, Al?
No, because you're
we'd have been
sister and brother.
Yeah, they'd have been higher. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how many years are you married? Now, I don't expect you to remember because you got that bump on your
How
head.
old's your oldest?
38.
There you go.
38 years. Wow.
We were, get this though, we've become part of the old crowd.
Who?
Bridget and I.
Oh, well, of course you have.
23 years we were in the top, close to the top 10.
Well,
I
even
didn't
without
quite-
the 23 years,
No.
your age.
Yeah, haha. Thanks very much.
45.
Bridget actually remarked, I don't know if, but we're part of the old people now. You know,
Well, yeah.
so used to going to weddings when it's like your friends
Yeah.
and that stuff. And
No.
now it's like, no, we're part of the old crowd.
Well,
we hang out with the
Your
old
friends'
people.
kids.
Yeah, friends' kids.
That's a shame because, you know, you're only as old as you feel.
Well. So, so quick update. Part of the reason why this was
We were late.
11-ish is doing some reconnaissance work in the sanctuary.
We were counting pews.
Counting pews.
Counting pews now.
Making sure they're end up in the right spot. Now, speaking of which, I'm giving you guys some
Okay, go.
information. If you are interested
No, I'm not.
in one or part of a 17-ish foot
Pew.
curved pew,
Yeah, put it out there.
there are 2 pews that will not remain in the sanctuary post renovation. In fact, they won't be in the sanctuary before this week goes out.
We're not going to cut them up.
We're not going to cut them up. They will find
A home.
a new home, and if you or someone you know is that home, we can cut
Deliver.
them down to a smaller size. They'll actually probably have to be somewhat disassembled to get out of the sanctuary in the first place. But
Are you going to put new upholstery on them?
you
mean the old
that,
ones?
The ones that you get, these ones, no, you won't get new. The ones all the new, but they
Because
actually,
they've kind of messed them up a little bit.
you would not want that upholstery. I would say remove the upholstery, have it just beautiful wood. It's really nice underneath.
It is.
So if you're interested, you know somebody who is, church members are going to share it this week.
17 feet.
Ish, yeah. Well, we can cut it down about half if that would be helpful. But yeah, that's about what they are.
So you can tell where we are is that it's all painted in there now.
Little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of
They were
small
doing
spaces.
final touches.
Yeah.
Final touches for them. Final
the paint.
painting. Yeah.
This stage of final.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a punch list of final touches.
Oh, there sure
That's where
are.
we're at. Downstairs fellowship hall. Bathrooms will still not be ready for this weekend, but should be.
Looked like the tile was just about done, and then they're going to be grouting it this week.
And then we've got to put fixtures in. I mean, the holes are there,
Yeah.
but that's not the way you want to.
I on Sunday I almost had an issue with that. Well, I didn't.
At least.
That's good to know, Ken.
Well, he said to me, we had a conversation. He said, "Well, you would just go down the hole in the floor," and I said, "Well, yeah, that's where it all goes anyhow. Am I right?"
Oh, you're not wrong.
Well, okay then.
So
My girlfriend used to think that the sewage from the commode went to a different place from the sewage from the bathtub.
maybe it does.
No,
in her
it
house.
doesn't. No, it
No,
doesn't.
it did. You
was a time?
one went into the septic tank and one bypassed the septic tank. One's called gray water and one is sewage.
Well, but what if you just have a sewer and no septic tank?
Oh, then it all goes.
It's all
to the same
going out.
place.
Yeah.
But in
There
the
she
old
is.
days, everybody had septic tanks, you know.
So, and worship will we got a couple of fun financial update. We got something else I'm gonna come back to in just a quick second. Worship Sunday. It'll be fairly similar to the way it's been the last couple of weeks. We're still not our sound and AV equipment is not all finally in.
But
We have some
what we
touch-ups
have
to
now
do,
is working pretty good.
but we're good. We're good.
Yep. Like I said, we need to squeeze that a little bit together this week.
Which
Move the piano closer to.
we'll take care of that. Yeah, we
yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
something very important, though. And this is
I haven't seen the cross.
What do you mean?
I haven't seen the cross in there.
Oh, it's in there.
Oh.
You mean which cross? The one in the fellowship hall?
No, the one in
Sanctuary.
the sanctuary.
It's there. It's just yeah.
They painted it. Huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. Same cross.
Okay.
All right. So, in preparation for Sunday, because Sunday, in addition to getting a financial update, we're also going to be celebrating our staff.
Oh.
As part of that, we are sharing how long our staff have been on staff.
Yeah.
Al, I don't know if you know this, but we have a staff member who claims that they've been on staff for
50 years?
Half a
49 years?
half a century.
Yeah.
Well,
We just
we've got
multiplied
a
it.
record. We've got a record somewhere, digital record. You know how those are, right?
Uh-huh.
With a date. And I thought, it would be a good idea? Clarify. That's important, isn't it? You want to have evidence for things.
There's
We could go out there
It
and say,
can't be digital. They didn't have digital
No,
stuff.
there wasn't.
exactly. So there must be a paper trail, right?
Paper trail.
You'd
Paper
think.
trail. So
but remember, I wasn't supposed to be there.
I went into the archives.
Found a church bulletin from 1942.
I went to the session records.
Okay.
We've got a giant book.
yeah.
1967 is when 4 churches, Presbyterian
together.
churches in Canonsburg came together.
Right.
I read up on the first gathering of these, the committees that they created and whatnot. Okay? So in 1967, there was a certain gentleman who was 12 years old, or turned 12 in 1967. About the time that they turned 12 is when the 4 churches came together. Okay?
There's a picture of me in a choir.
This person claims that they became the pianist,
Organist.
organist, this is even more
It was
telling.
organist.
They claim that they became the organist
1973.
1973, right? Now, so I went.
Or
I went-
4. It could be 74. I don't know whether it's his
They claim
49th year or
73.
50th
So they-
year, whether it was,
Get on with it, Coleman.
Here's the thing is, it says, we have a record that says 1173, which is in itself a little surprising, right? Who gets hired January 1st, New Year's Day, of anything?
That's good. That's a good starting point.
Yeah, it's a great starting point. So I went in there. And I thought, you know what, just in case, most decisions get made at prior date and then you start, right?
No, that's not how that happened.
So I went back, session records, a couple months beforehand, nothing. Then what I found a couple months into January, or into 1973, is that the organist resigned.
Oh.
Yeah, organist resigned.
That was
Leyburn, I believe. Does that sound right?
who?
Leyburn, does that sound right?
Leyburn.
Not Harper. Harper was late.
Leyburn. Okay.
Does that sound right?
There was Mrs. Rittenhouse too.
No.
You didn't find that name at all.
That's not the person that
Okay.
resigned. So, a few months later, session records this. By her request, they rescind her resignation. So she's back on the books. So, year after year, worship and music, minutes, nothing. Now, there's a Clink all throughout here.
That's my mother.
Ellen Clink.
That's my mother.
Man, she's making motions, she's seconding, she's president
She's
of
on the
meetings.
session.
She's on the session all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Her husband before that, but now
No.
he's listed. Anyway, so eventually we get to about
That would have been my brother.
1976.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's finally Kent Clink shows up.
What's it say?
It says that he should be paid. He's been playing for the men's choir, and they're suggesting he get paid for it.
Okay. How long had he been playing for the men's choir?
Well, we had a nice men's
I don't
choir.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now then we get to about 1980, 81. I've got all the records in digital right there. And it says that Kenton should be paid as a guest when he's on vacation and plays. At least that's what it seems like it's saying.
as a
Who's on
guest.
vacation?
That's he.
Well, you know what I used to do?
I can only assume it was.
You know what I used to do? I used to not take my vacation and take a double pay.
So here's what it seems like to me. This guy's claimed to be a staff member, but I think he just started playing someday, and then just starts being like, "You're supposed to pay me." Why
No,
can't
no,
you pay-"
no,
Mom's
no,
on
that
the
is
session.
not true.
He just worked his
That
way. We
is
have
not
no idea.
That is not true, Don Coleman.
He played for the men's choir.
The first, yeah, but they suggested he get paid.
It
for
didn't mention me.
Mom's on set.
It didn't mention me in relation to Don Hutchison
The first, not a thing.
and the youth choir.
Not a thing.
Hey, I
Not
can't
a-
help it.
The,
Okay.
the first thing in his personal record is a signed affidavit that he will get along with the pastor.
Exactly.
I think this whole thing.
That's 9 years ago.
I think this whole. I think
Can you believe they made me sign a paper
Such
saying
a-
that I would get along with a pastor just because I had a few words with the previous
this whole
one?
thing. I think this whole thing is a scam.
Has that been
Yeah,
working
it's a
out all right?
scam.
Have you been getting along?
Huh?
Have you two been getting along?
If
Has
this is
been
what
working
getting
out all
along
right?
is, I guess so.
It's a scam. The whole thing's been a scam.
Yeah.
He
Then
just
I'm not
started
really here.
He just started showing up, and they decided that. I
Oh
guess we
my
have to pay
goodness
him.
gracious! That's not the way it went.
Oh, revisionist history.
No, it's not revisionist.
Records show.
No,
Nothing.
no records
No
don't show.
records.
That's right.
So when he didn't take vacation, you got double pay.
Right.
No, he got paid as a guest. I have no
plus
idea
is
where
it-
that was
That,
plus
for or
is
what.
additional
well, no, because they
salary.
would have had to pay a substitute.
Yeah,
So they paid me instead.
to do
And
your
I-
work, but you were on salary, so you were
But
paying
he's
him
already on salary, being paid. Yeah.
Right, but that
Such
you
a
know,
Kenton angle. Such a Kenton angle. As soon as I read that, I'm like, that's exactly him. Oh my goodness.
Why would-
Always look at that. You're getting
why
found
would
about
I
it.
lie about when I started?
There was also a notation, something about do not include on his IRS.
Well, we're concerned
records.
about your memory. I think at your age, we're a little concerned about your memory bank. You know, as you get older, you start, not remembering things.
Says
correctly.
he with the huge lump on his head.
I do know this. There's a photo of him
Oh no.
sitting at a piano.
Yeah.
In the 225th anniversary, which would be 22 years ago-ish.
Where was I?
Something like that.
Where
Sitting
was?
in the piano. I don't know.
Well, where was?
The new renovation done under Reverend Dave Mayo.
And I was sitting at the
You've
piano.
got a grin from ear to ear,
in the
and you actually have hair.
in
and,
the sanctuary.
Yeah,
Red
I actually have what?
red. Well, it's
Red
a black
hair.
and white photo, so I can't tell for certain.
Curly red hair.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, ear to ear though that grin.
Well,
Ear
why was
to
Dennis there
ear.
with me?
No, it's just a shot of you.
Okay,
You've seen it before.
probably.
It's the only shot.
I don't take pictures well.
I couldn't tell.
I don't like to be in pictures.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't like to be in pictures.
Well, we need a shot of you today.
I know that. I got to hold this thing. I saw Jeremy get his done. I thought it was a mug shot.
Ought to put up on the screen for all the.
No, we can't do the screen because
There's no screen.
So we're gonna have thumbnails all across the bulletin Sunday.
Oh, great.
But once we take them, we can use them anywhere.
Yeah.
So
But I don't know
Like
what
a
the
mug
church.
shock, does it have numbers? Does it have numbers going across?
how
it?
long they've been on
Oh,
staff?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why we need to know.
You know, try to contain yourself in the next couple days while you finish up that presentation.
There's no effort.
Try to
there's
contain
no
yourself.
evidence. 50 years? I don't know.
Oh
I
boy.
don't know, man.
Well, you know what? Do what you want, but
Personnel records. show-
I know there's a lot of churches looking for organists around.
Oh, really?
here. Yeah.
Who do we
I
call?
could probably name my price
Who do we
too.
call?
Okay.
You know why they're looking for organists?
Ah.
Because they're trying to name their price.
Well,
And
that
you're
could
like,
be.
$25? Nah, worth it.
No, well, true. You'd be surprised what I did for $25 50 years ago.
I don't even want
My
to go
goodness.
there. You're not playing an organ now anyway.
Well, I will.
You sure?
We
I
just
would- we've been meaning to talk about that.
Did we reduce his pay because he's not playing organ?
When we went to
That's
one
a good
service,
one.
how much did
yeah.
you get paid?
Oh yeah, they took 1/3 off.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
No
boy.
practice over the summer.
Oh.
What did you even do over the summer?
You know what, Coleman? You're going to put a time clock on the wall.
Actually,
Remember, you need to punch it too, though.
we need to have a seat with a button that I can do this, and it goes.
That's
Sometimes
terrible.
it would be to wake them up, and sometimes it would be to stop.
That is terrible.
It'd
So
be,
I gotta-
It'd be interesting. Though.
It would be interesting. Especially if I wet myself while I was doing it, too. Oh,
those days are
boy.
coming.
Don Coleman,
Why is there
shame on you.
Why is there a bucket under?
Shame
never mind.
on you.
No, never mind.
That reminds me of a story that I cannot tell.
Good, excellent. Okay.
But shame on you for that. And shame on you for doubting my honesty. I've been a
Did I doubt your
dedicated...
honesty?
Yeah,
I did
I've
doubt
been
your
a
honesty.
dedicated
Maybe it's just your
servant.
memory. I did think, I thought, you know what, maybe it wasn't 73, it was 83.
It wasn't
That section
83,
book
dude.
doesn't work.
83, I was already old.
30 years.
I think we're gonna have to go review these records.
That there probably aren't any because, like I said, there wasn't. I didn't meet with personnel. I didn't go
Somebody
through
really cares
the
about
process. I didn't go through the process.
You're just outing
Of
your own
all of
self,
that.
though.
They
You go
didn't.
through a process.
No,
Just-
they
but
were
at
that
one, Yeah, but
desperate.
at one point they said when the piano player retired, and then
No, but
then
that's
they
not what happened.
Then they rescinded it. And,
When the person, the
why wouldn't
long-term
they
person,
put it in again
when the long-term person retired,
yeah.
okay,
Resigned.
they resigned, retired, whatever.
She came back.
Okay, fine. But the person whose place I took was Lois Harper. Okay?
Well, she doesn't come into the picture until much later, though.
Wait. Just let me finish. There was no meeting. There was no anything. There was, we need somebody to play for 8:30. And that was divided, 8:30 and 11. I was the 8:30 person.
You only played one service.
Yes, but I
doesn't
came out.
count then.
But I came out on Wednesday night for chancel choir, Saturday morning for children's choir, and Thursday night for high choir. So it was 3 nights out. When we hired Dennis, which would be 40 years ago now,
Really?
we hired Dennis. Yeah, it would be because he's 31 years he was here. He's dead 9. That makes 40. 40 years ago when we hired Dennis, I don't know why I was going down this road.
Neither do I. You were already here. Is that what you're trying to say?
I was established
Okay,
here.
40
already.
years, more than 40
Yeah,
years.
but even at that time, it was still after having that 9 years in, I still wasn't the permanent organist. I wasn't hired
That
officially.
makes sense.
Because
So you're saying
when they
you
hired,
weren't really hired.
that's why when they hired Dennis, they hired him to be choir director / organist. But don't tell Kenton yet, okay? So Dennis was hired to get.
Oh, that's right, to get rid of you.
Yeah, to get rid of me, and he went back. He went back and said, "No, I'm not doing that. He's too good," and he got me my first raise.
When was that?
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
40 years ago.
40 years ago, which would
At
be like
least.
1983. So that wasn't in that book. I'm going to have to go back and look again.
Yeah, see, but now Dennis got the job because of Nunny.
Yes.
Lil Barsotti was on the search committee for his job,
Yeah.
and that was his
The
mother-in-law.
book I looked in only went to 81.
Well, there you go. That was his mother-in-law, and that's how he got into even our realm of people who.
When he was hired, did the former choir director leave?
Yes, a
So
man
they
by
were-
the name
They
of.
were replacing a choir
Yes,
director.
a man by the
with
name of
a
Herb
choir
Ostrander.
director / organist.
And yeah, and they were going to go for choir director / organist is what they were going to try to do. And then their long-term intent would be to, after they hired Dennis, was, can me and buy a new organ. Well, I didn't get canned. They bought the new organ. And it just goes on after that.
I saw some fun records. We're running out of time, but I did find some very interesting information.
Which is what?
Lots of it.
Now, but, just so you know,
All right.
you realize that I worked all that time and was never
In
really
the shadows.
Yeah, in the shadows.
In the shadows.
In the shallows.
In the shallows.
But I worked all that time and was never
Appreciated.
never.
Accepted.
Yeah, they didn't want me to be the church organist.
I see why
Why
you're
is that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Why is that?
Well, they had their reasons.
You spoke up too often?
No, my mother did though.
That's probably.
But that's not why they didn't want me to be the organist. They just didn't want to admit that. Well, I was filling a need.
You started as a 16-year-old pianist, so right.
Well,
Were you playing the organ or the piano right at the drop?
Right away.
Right away.
The organ.
It was the organ.
And piano choir practice.
Oh.
The choir did not sing with the piano; it only sang with the organ. So anything that was arranged for the piano, I had to make it sound like it was arranged.
And you were
for the
16.
choir. I don't know if I was 16.
So when did that switch over? Now everything's played. With
When
the
Dennis
choir,
and I worked
with,
together.
with the piano.
When the choir, Dennis's first Sunday here, we sang "Be Strong in the Lord," and when we had the choir rehearsal before that, there was a good turnout, and these were old-time choir members coming to see the new choir director. You know what I mean? Because they really loved the choir director that was here before. He had his issues with that current pastor. Okay, so he left mad. But anyway,
It's a long-going thing.
Yeah,
There's been a rift between the
yeah.
piano player and
it's a very
and the
ongoing
pastor.
thing.
Makes sense.
Exactly. But now, what was I talking about?
Divas.
See,
You were
there's the memory issue again. See?
What was I talking about?
You were.
Come on.
You were talking about how Dennis started with a large choir.
So
and
what
how
we
it
did,
moved
yeah.
From piano
So
to
we
organ,
had
yeah.
not, the choir practice wasn't in here. It was in,
Some tiny room down the hall.
I think, the little room right across the hall.
Okay.
And we decided that night that we were all going to get up and go and do that anthem in the choir loft. So we got the choir in there. We got them all where they wanted to be sat and all that. And we sang "Be Strong in the Lord." Well, I played the introduction, and then I didn't play the notes on the page. I mean, you know me.
Surprise.
You clinked it up.
I
back
clinked
then.
it up. Well, by the time they were done singing that first time in the sanctuary, there wasn't a dry eye in the house, because all of a sudden it was like, wow, we just made that noise. You know what I mean? It was a come to God moment in that they were just so happy that music was being made like that. And that's how we started to use the piano.
You
But
did that on the piano or the organ?
that was on the piano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but everything else was on the organ. The prelude was, the offertory was, the postlude was, and all the hymns were on the organ. That was the rules. Yep. Now, in these days where I've thrown out the rules.
Oh, you've thrown out the rules.
Yes, because you know, I am the permanent fixture. You people like you, they come and they go. They come.
By the way, I
And they go.
I need to break some news.
You're not leaving.
I got a letter. You ever heard of Coral?
Gables down Florida.
No, it's Coral.
That's a big church. Kennedy.
Yeah, it's not that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're dying.
They're looking for a pastor though.
Oh, are you going?
No.
Oh.
Why
was
did
my
they send
news.
you a letter?
You know, pastors get the so if you're a pastor of a church X size, that size has gotten lower over the years.
Yeah.
They just send these things out. They're like, "Hey, we're looking for a pastor. Maybe you're not looking for one, but maybe you'd be." And it's like, yeah, that's
So they
interesting.
clearly didn't know anything about you.
Yeah, because
Your pastor. Yeah. It does.
had they known, or even seen a picture, they'd have.
It's ego flattering to get a letter to think, oh, somebody likes me,
Yeah.
but they don't know me. So they
You
don't
know
actually
what?
like me.
I'll put a letter in the mail tomorrow. If you
Excellent.
get something that says "I like you," okay, you'll know it was from me.
That feels a
Okay.
little creepy.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a little
That's
creepy
all right.
anyhow.
That's all right.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, it
Maybe
gets a little
it's Pastor
creepy.
Appreciation Day.
Well, that's Sunday.
Sorry, I have no desire, like
Oh, no.
negative desire to go to Florida.
You don't get appreciated this Sunday, do you?
I don't know.
He's part of the staff.
Not my job. No.
Oh wait, I think you do.
He's part of the staff.
Yeah, but he has his own month.
I will say a word.
No.
I will say a word of appreciation.
Well, he
about
likes
our
getting
staff.
celebrated twice a year.
Well, yeah.
I
And
think-
then I'm going to get 2 times this year too, because when we get back into the big room, there'll be that big 50th anniversary
Where we'll celebrate
celebration.
you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to put it in the paper. Invite the town. I'm expecting to be asked to be the to be the head of the 4th of July parade this year.
Yeah.
And I want to drive a fire truck.
I have nothing to do with that. But by the way, Al, you ever in a situation where you got like a birthday or an anniversary coming up, and your spouse starts talking about all the things that they're looking for, and then you go, maybe I should do something about that? Kind of feels like that to me.
Yeah, he's going to say, happy 50th anniversary, Kenton. Here's a cupcake.
You want a cupcake?
No, I don't want a cupcake. I want a
just
gold
try to
ball.
group them all together: Valentine's Day, birthday, anniversary, Christmas.
Yeah, there you go.
All
Well,
in one day.
If you have enough money, you can do that.
Valentine's Day.
no, just one present. It's
Right.
good for all of them. You know.
Right. Well, but I never get a present
Here's
on
a cupcake, Kenton. Happy Valentine's Day, birthday, Christmas, Easter,
No, now you know,
anniversary.
especially you don't get away with that. You don't get away with that. You don't.
He wouldn't give away a cupcake.
That's right.
No, he
did
wouldn't.
it himself.
But you know what? Every birthday, I come to church, and there's flowers on the piano bench.
There you go.
Because one time I said to the man, nobody ever sends me flowers, and
So now you get them every week.
I get them every year.
Nice.
Sometimes twice if he thinks I'm mad at him.
That's never happened.
Well, speaking of the piano, I think it's about time.
You think, well, hey,
Yeah.
you certainly.
I got 2 minutes.
You,
You want to play for 2 minutes?
you need to tell him you're going
1
to be
minute.
late.
Yeah, I
Does
gotta go.
anybody watch?
There's nobody watching.
I mean, anybody in your meeting?
No,
Why?
He already told him that he's going to be late.
Oh, did you?
like a minute late.
A minute
We
late.
got like 2 minutes.
And that's all I got?
And that clock's probably slow
I don't think so.
based on how quickly the choir gets over here normally.
Well, but that's because you took the bell out of the hall.
I had nothing to do.
Oh, yeah, you
I
did.
didn't take
Oh,
the
yeah,
out.
you did. Yeah, you did. Nobody knows when Sunday school's over now.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. You don't. Do you ever
There used to
watch
be a
on?
school bell that went off.
We had
Sunday
it.
school.
Oh, yeah.
And they took it.
And it
Charlie
scared
Valentine.
people. It scared
Oh,
people.
did it? Oh, it scared them. Oh my goodness, scared those people. Startled?
Children.
Well,
Shouldn't we care about children?
the children were in the rooms. The bell was in the hall.
Yeah, that's
it
how loud it
startled
was.
the parents.
No, it startled the children.
Well,
Anyway.
okay. Well, we could have turned it down. You didn't have to
Actually, we
eliminate it,
couldn't.
and it's disconnected now.
Yeah.
I can't even.
No.
Why?
Because people like you would just wander around ringing bells.
Every Sunday,
Yeah.
Charlie
yeah.
Valentine, 10:45.
Yeah.
And the choir was here then. They were here on time.
Anyway, we need to get going.
Yeah.
So
No,
the
you
outro
need
is
to
gonna,
get
the
going.
outro is going to get starting to play.
He got the piano
It's the
opened
outro.
up.
I did it. I got it all ready today.
job. Well
Well,
done.
you were
Counting pews.
counting pews.
Counting-
Like, I'm sure that was
counting
very
pews.
necessary. Where are you going?
I'm going to take my phone back.
You're going to take what?
Take my phone.
You can't take your phone. And don't unplug us until we're ready. I don't like when you do that. We're still plugged in now.
Are you ready?
I suppose I got no other choice.
You're on a leash now.
My back has just been killing me this week. I got to tell you.
I'll bring this over here. Set it on the piano.
What? Oh, good idea. You know, as I was sitting here before, I noticed this piece of music. You unplugged it. I noticed this piece of music, and it's called "I Am a Promise." And it's shocking to me that I forgot about this song. Are you ready? You are a promise, promise. You are a possibility. You are a promise with a capital P. You are a great big bundle of potentiality. And I'm working. And I am working to hear God's voice, and I am trying to make the right choice. I am a promise to be everything God wants me want church? Get church right here at Canonsburg UP Church. We will love you. We will feed you. We will teach you. And we will make you part of our wonderful family. See you again next week, 1 o'clock.